All right, drawing number 9, the isometric pictorial, which I've got up here. Again, my width is 4, my height is 1.5, my depth is 2, because I'm adding 1.5 inches plus a fourth plus a fourth, gives me 2 inches. So we're going to start down below, and you can draw yours off to the side or up above or wherever, doesn't matter. I'm on the object layer, I have my ortho turned on, and I am going to start out on the top isoplane. Okay, so we're going to go 4 inches down and to the right. We're going to go over 2, back up 4, and then back over here at 2. So we're making a rectangle that's 4 by 2. I'm going to change to my left side isoplane, and I'm going to copy these 2 lines. Once I've selected them, I right click or press enter, choose my base point, which can be right here, and I'm going to come straight down 0.5 because that is the height of this base. Okay, to complete the base, we've got some lines to fill in for these corners. I'm going to go to my top isoplane. There we go. If you look up top, this edge here for this top block, I'm trying to find this edge right here, this corner, comes in 1/4 of an inch. So we cannot offset in our isometric drawings, but we can copy. So I can copy this line over 0.25. Then I can copy this line over 0.25. Both are going to the inside. Now I've got these corners where this point is going to meet up right here. It would be the same line as what I've got right here. Same thing as this corner right here and right here. If we look at the top, kind of a top section here, my height is 1 inch tall. 1 inch tall, and then we come in 1 inch from that back edge. So what I'm going to do, change my isoplane again, left isoplane, we're going to go up from right here, 1, and then I'm going to come down and to the right, 1, and then I'm just going to come down here and snap. This is what we call a non-isometric line. It's not drawn on our isometric axis, and so we can't give it an angle, we can't give it a length, we're just going to connect the points like that, and this will not be true length because it's not isometric, but that's the only way we can make that work. Once we've got this, we can copy this and this from my base point here to my end point right here. This line can now go away. This line here can be trimmed, and then we can trim this line off so that I can connect across the back like that. Okay, that gives me the top. I've got this hole, and I come in from the back edge 1/2 inch, and I come down from the top 1/2 of an inch. So I would go from the midpoint over 0.5. My hole's going to go centered on the end of this line, so we do ellipse. And I got to come down here and select isocircle. I'm going to choose this endpoint, and if we look, my ellipse, the diameter is 0.375. Yours could be in fraction. It could say 3/8. That would be the same thing. No big deal. It's asking for the radius. The radius is half of the diameter. If my diameter is 3/8, take the bottom number times 2, so now I am at 3/16, and that will give me my ellipse. Once I've got this, we're done. So we need to scale it. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to choose a base point, and I'm going to tell it 0.5. Now it's half the size. I would move it up here into my drawing. I need to put in my text. For that, what I did, let me come down here, I'll show you how that works. Let's just turn this off. I go to the dimension layer. I do DT, enter, which is dynamic text. We just click to find our start point. Make sure your caps lock is on. My text height is 1/8 of an inch or 0.125, as you can see down here. So enter. My angle is 0 going to the right. So we're just going to type in scale, colon, 1/2 inch, space, equals space, 1 inch. Press enter twice. I might want to move this to center it up to make it look nice. And then we're all done. Once you've got your multi-view drawing put in there, that's really all there is to it as far as the isometric on number 9.